I'm going to give a couple of ways to do this question, but the way I did it, the way the solutions did it, and the way that the extended solutions did it is unnecessarily complicated, in fact. You end up creating and solving a quadratic. The best solution that a student did when I was doing this problem with them was as follows. Let's rebuild the original square. Now, this is 2, and it's 2 all the way around. So these areas are all 4. We're told that the total internal surface area when we fold this net up into a cuboid is 180 centimeters squared. But the thing is, that 180 centimeters squared is actually like all of these pieces, these bits here, and the square, which means that the square area overall is going to be 180 plus 16, which gives 196. So we've just worked out that our square has an area of 196. If we square root that, we will get the lengths of the sides of the square, and then we're nearly there. 196 is actually 14 squared, so this is length 14, which means that if I subtract the 2's, this length here, this shorter length, is going to be 10, which means I have a square base of 10, a height of 2, 10 times 10 times 2 gives 200. Really great method. Okay, I'll show you a more complicated method. Sometimes you have to do what I'm about to show you, like, when you don't know what something is, call it X, but we avoided it with the above method. Okay, so method 2, I've still got my 2 and my 2. Now I don't know what this length is, so I'm going to call it X. I'm going to imagine folding the net up to create the cuboid. I'm going to end up with a height of 2, because when I fold these flaps up, this becomes the height, and then X here and X here. Remember, we know the internal surface area is 180. To be fair, when I did this question, I looked at the surface area from this point of view, but it's easier to do it from the net point of view. This is going to be X squared. That's the base, and all of the sides are going to be 2x, which means x squared plus 8x is going to equal 180. Subtract 180 to get the quadratic equal to 0, and then we're going to try and factorize it. Double brackets. Two numbers that multiply to give 180, or minus 180, add to give 8. Well, 10 and 18 jump out. I mean, it might not go straight there, but I'll go with the simplest factors to start with. And actually, if we make this a minus 10 and a plus 18, that will work. We'll get the minus 180, and these will add to give 8. We expand the brackets, we'll get back to here. So it's either that x minus 10 is 0, so x is 10, or x plus 18 is 0, so x is minus 18. But we can reject that one because x has to be a positive number. That gets us to 10. It's just taken longer than the first method. We've had to solve a quadratic. But at that point, we can just put it back in like I did above to get this 2 times 10 times 10 of 200. Brilliant.